Welcome back to the Blurred Lines of the Brainwashed. Today we're going to talk about too early. Over the past week I was watching, just observing just everybody and observing parents and kids and the way we all interact with each other. That's just something that I do on a regular basis. But what I noticed is that a lot of parents specifically felt like it was too early for their children to start learning things that's going to allow them to be successful outside of the basics, as far as being respectful, kind, cleaning up after yourselves. And the phrase I kept hearing over and over was, they're just a kid, or let them be a child, or hey, they'll figure that out later, or, allow them to enjoy themselves now. But I feel like a lot of us don't pay attention to, especially parents, when we get into our emotions, is that time flies by very fast. At a blink of an eye, your children will go from an infant all the way to 10. You blink again and they're 18. You blink again and they're actually taking care of you in the hospital. So the reason why I'm saying is it's never too early. It's like, what is so bad about training your child now to learn how to do things that's going to allow them to be successful in life, like, balancing a checkbook, being able to write their name in cursive, which they no longer do in school anymore, learning different aspects of business, those things that you are not taught in a regular school as far as being in a public school. Like, these things right there, those things will allow a child to be very successful later on in life. And so I understand, we have these Xboxes and about to be Xbox X, and we got the PlayStation 4, and we got the Switch, and we got all these different video games and all these different video game consoles. That's great, but in the end, that's going to be insignificant. The times electronics is always going to change. So as an adult, I really feel like it's you'll be able to better your legacies by exposing your children at a very early age some of the trends that are going on. In healthcare and business, like knowing that, hey, people right now, we're really looking for a contract. Right now, we're really looking for people to do construction work, electricians, plumbers, things like that. So my thing is, why not start your children now doing things? I'm not necessarily telling them to go out and, hey, your kid needs to be 5. But if you're looking at the trends, there's a lot of children nowadays that are going to college at the age of 15, that are getting doctorate degrees before the age of 21. And so with that being said, I guarantee you those parents didn't just raise their children. Didn't just raise their children. It's like, hey, yeah, go ahead and play with the Lego box. No, their parents had a goal for them, and they allowed the goal was going on in the trends of the world, aligned that with what the parents felt was a good way to be successful, and then they went ahead and toppled that with what their kid wanted to do. So it's kind of like a stool that stands up for a tabletop for success. It's like you got to be able to get your children to understand that this is not a game. Life is serious, and you only get one to live. So instead of wasting it and then being upset later on when you're like 25 and trying to put all this blame on everybody else, it's like, let's look inside ourselves and blame ourselves, and like, hey, okay, boom, we see the problem, now let's grow from it. Like, that's what the friction is there for. So my thing is, right now, I personally don't feel like it's too early. It's never too early. I can care less how old your child is. Right? The best time to learn something is when you are younger. If you think I'm joking, trying to teach somebody that's over the age of 35 how to play the piano that's never played the piano before, it's going to be rough. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to teach. It's very difficult to teach a dog. It's very difficult to teach an old person a new trick than it is to teach a young person a new trick. And I'm saying that in that retrospect of learning something new. Like, we always should be learning something, but it's very difficult to teach somebody something that already has their mindset on something and have been doing it for 30, 40 years. So it's very difficult to unlearn something. But let me know how you feel about that. Comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel. And let me know. And I'm out.